A poor girl enters a restaurant and starts eating leftover food from a plate. A waitress comes to her and says, "What are you doing?" The poor girl replies, "I'm hungry." The kind-hearted waitress says, "Give that to me, I'll bring you some food." She also takes the juice glass from the poor girl and leaves. Their manager, sitting at a nearby table, watches all of this. Another waitress comes to the poor girl, gets angry, and says, "Who are you, and why are you here? Get out of here." Just then, the kind-hearted waitress returns, stops her, gives the poor girl some food, and says, "Here, eat this." The poor girl says, "Thank you." The waitress replies, "It's okay." The poor girl sits down and starts eating. The other waitress gets upset. Meanwhile, a rich girl enters the restaurant and says to the waitress, "I want to eat." The waitress says, "Please have a seat." When the rich girl sees the poor girl eating, she says, "How can you let such people sit here? I won't eat here." The waitress tries to stop her, but she leaves angrily. Then the other waitress tells the poor girl to leave, saying, "Because of you, we're losing our good customers." The kind-hearted waitress stops her again and says, "It's okay." After finishing her meal, the poor girl gives the plate back to the waitress, who then leaves. A little later, the kind-hearted waitress goes outside and gives the poor girl a food bag chopper. The poor girl thanks her, and the waitress says, "It's okay, we should help others." But then the other waitress comes, snatches the food bag, and throws it away. The manager sees this and says, "What have you done?" The angry waitress yells back, and the manager tells her to leave. The poor girl quietly walks away. The manager holds the kind-hearted waitress's hand and says, "You did a good thing." The other waitress says, "But ma'am, at this rate, our restaurant will shut down." The manager tells everyone to come inside and sit. Then, the poor girl returns, but now she is dressed as a rich woman. The manager announces, "This is our new owner." The girl says, "We should help the poor. Never discriminate between rich and poor." She turns to the kind-hearted waitress and says, "You are a good girl." Later, the other waitress sits sadly in a corner. The kind-hearted waitress goes to her, and the other waitress says, "I made a mistake." The kind-hearted waitress smiles and says, "It's okay. We all learn from our mistakes." Then they both hug each other.